Hey guys, Luke here, also known as Lukums on Twitch. Today we're going to go through the leveling guide that everyone's been pestering me for, or just more or less just wondering how I do it. How I go from 1 to 20 so quick. Done speedruns on stream before, but I finally want to make a video in detail, step by step, guiding you guys through how to go from 1 to 20 without doing any side quests within 6-7 hours. Let's have it. So was anyone truly surprised I'm making another mage for this video? Yep. Number 13. Alright, so once the introduction's over, we can finally get into the game. As we all know, we go into the game, and from this point, have to make a decision. Obviously, we're going to be skipping the prologue. There's no reason to do it. The XP you get is very lackluster compared to the XP that we're actually going to get in games. So let's go ahead and skip this. I'm going to press B to skip. Yes, I'm looking at my controller again. Now, once we get into the game, you have a choice. Have a choice whether to do the story or not. You can do the story and progress normally, or you can skip everything. But for this guide, we're going to do the story just to save people time. If they make the decision to use the character at a later date, there's no need to come back and do the story, because it's going to take significant extra time to redo it all. You might as well do it as we go. So let's get going. Now, once we start finishing the Diego's quest with healing his bird, doing a couple of quests right here at Wolf King, we're not going to bother with anything else. No side quests, no killing wolves, no killing Wolf King. I mean, you can if you want to. It's completely up to you. For this purpose, we're just going to skip everything. So we're going to skip every single quest apart from the story quest. So we're going to continue straight down. Continue hitting the quest hubs as we go. We do the next one where we're killing the 3 mercenaries. We do the next one killing the mercenary slash guard outside the castle. We grab the fish or the wheat or whatever it is, and we take it into Kazakor, and then we'll keep talking. So from here, there's no grind spots, there's no killing. Just continue with the story up until when we hit Kazakor, and then we have to make a decision. Here, once we've reached Kazakor, go into your bank, go into your account storage, get all the gear that you might have placed on there from your other ults or from your main. Gear up. Have 2 choices from this point. You can either continue with the story, or we can go straight to Bandit camp. Now, for the purpose of making it smooth and transitional, I'm going to keep doing the story. The next bit, we'll go to Don Diego. We'll go to the university. You guys don't want to see all that crap. We'll go to the university. We'll grab the books, and then we'll head out. So we'll head out of Kazakor. So from this point, you can either skip ahead and go to the bandit camps, and I'll say, hey, this is where we are for the bandit camps, the first grind spot, or you can head over there straight now. But for this purpose, I'm going to continue with the story, but we'll kind of skip ahead. You guys don't want to see all this boring bit. Alright, cool. So once we finish the university, we have another small choice. We can come out here straight away. Don't do any of the side quests, just hit the story. And what we want to do is we want to make sure in this area we get to level 5 or 4 before leaving this area and going to the bandit camp. Now, chances are if you've moved gear from a main, you'll be hitting these pretty much one shot. And it shouldn't take you very long to level. Walk around. Depending on time of day you guys do this, it might be easier, it might be harder, considering that there's people around, which unfortunately for me, there is. But you just go around, start killing them until you get at least 4, and then we can move on from 4. So get 4, and then we'll go straight to Bandit Camp from here. So we finished a few of the story quests up here. We killed the 3 mercenaries at the very top. We have hit level 4. It's now prompting us to go to the amphitheater, but we are not going to go to the amphitheater yet. We're going to go to Bandit Camp around the corner. From there, we're going to stay there at Bandit Camp to level 8 or level 9. I'll show you how we do that. Now, we're here at the Bandit Camp. If it's a weird and wonderful time of day. You're gonna have issues with this, but generally speaking, you should be able to quickly run around, grab everything. If you can't AoE, it's perfectly fine just to run around and one-shot things. As you can see, the XP is quite high. There are people around. If there's people around, just change server and let's see what that kind of looks like when you AoE without anyone being here. The Bandit camp is pretty much just outside the gate to the right, up on these hills. This is where you want to be all the way to level 8. Alright, so we've got a fair amount. So we'll just bring them together. Patiently wait. And then mow them down. Alright, huge XP. Every 3 to 4 pulls will be a level. We sit here and we do this till 8. There's really no point sitting here till 9, but you can. So get to 8. Alright, so we've just hit 8. Probably been playing for a total of 15-20 minutes max. You might say, Luke, why did we stay at Bandit Camp for so long? We stay at Bandit Camp for so long simply because the XP is great, even up to level 8. Whether you use XP scrolls or not. They're all aggro, so you can aggro them in close proximity. You can grab a lot of them at a time. That's primarily the reason we stay. Now, the second choice is we can go to horses, sick horses. I'll show you where that is. You can stay here till 9. Alternatively, you can just move straight to mushroom camp. So this is sick horses. Basically, sick horses are mobs that you don't aggro at all. The XP is ridiculously good. You can stay here till 9, or you can go to mushroom camp. Now, mushroom camp is probably the way to go if you're continuing on with the story. If you're not continuing on with the story, and I'll explain that in a second, then sick horses till 10, and then you move on to Navara. Now, what do I mean by these decisions? Okay, so if you open up your map, you'll be here. So Bandit Camp was here, sick horses are here to level 10. Alternatively, you go to mushrooms to level 10 down here, which we'll show you in a second. Now, and this is if you're continuing on with the story. If you continue on with the story, amphitheater, mushrooms, make sure you get to level 10. Now, if you're not continuing on with the story and you just go, Luke, I just want a level, I don't care, then you can go directly this way to Navara to the Bandit camp. Now, the Bandit camp is from 10 to 12. Now, you probably have to skip this video ahead a bit because we are, for the purpose of this video, particularly for new players as well as people that don't want to come back and do the story, we're going to continue the story and continue the guide. But for the people that wanted to skip ahead and said, stuff that noise, I want to maximize the speed as fast as I physically can, that's fine. Skip ahead to Bandit camp from 10 to 12. Alright, so we finished the amphitheater story quest. From here, it's now telling us to go to the farm. We're not going to the farm. We're going to go to the mushrooms. We're going to stay at the mushrooms from 8 till 10. Stay at the mushrooms from 8 till 10. Keep in mind, we are not doing any of the side quests. Now, it's completely up to you. If you pick up the side quests, it's just going to take you longer in time to level. Or you can speed ahead and just keep killing. You come down the bottom here. Up the top, there's just too many people. There's always too many people, no matter what time. Day, night, whatever. Down the bottom, it's pretty much a little bit easier because you can already find groups of 4 that are attacking and just AoE. And if you really want to, you can come do the Wandering Giant across the way from mushrooms. Depends how quickly you want to kill it. A few hits, probably worth doing. Alright, so from mushrooms, once you hit level 10, we're obviously going to go to the farm for the story. Like I said, if you don't want to see all this story stuff on all these areas, just skip ahead through the video to the Bandit camp from 10 to 12. I'll make it obvious when we start that. From here, we're just going to go to the farm, do the silly side quests, not side quests, story mission, I'll rephrase, story mission. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to do the little bugs, the maze, and then get told to go nick over to where the ghosts are. So from the ghosts, you kind of got to make that decision where you want to power through or whether you want to continue doing the story. For me and making ults, it's probably better just to skip straight ahead to Navara. There's a lot of time here from the farm onwards that the XP is very lackluster. So From here to the maze, to the ghost, killing the ghost, where the haunted fragments are, there's not much there. Then you're basically told to go back to Kazakor. From Kazakor, you then do the fragments for your first blessing. It's really up to you, but we are going to lose between 15 to 25 minutes depending on your gear level. Alright, so we finished the farm story. There was no grinding involved here. As soon as we kind of left the mushroom camp, nothing has changed. We've literally gone to the farm, done a few story quests, and now it's asking us to continue on to the farm where the ghosts are. So not this farm, the next farm where the ghosts are. This is where you can either stay at the ghost from level 10 to 11. Alternatively, you can do the turtle farm. Now the turtle farm was an alternative from 8 till 10 at mushrooms. You can come to the turtle farm. It's just over the bridge from the previous farm. It gets a little bit confusing, but this is pretty much the turtle farm. So you can gather the turtles here, take them to the baby turtles, and then just simply AoE. Now you can do this as an alternative, like I was saying, from the mushrooms. They give slightly better XP. It's really up to you. They do spawn a little bit slower. So what you can do is you can just server hop constantly, so you can keep grabbing them all. Once they're done, take them to the baby turtles, like here. Yeah, it's all sad. Now the baby turtles, like, will give that 500 XP, like you see there, but it's still worth doing. Now, if other people are here, this is not worth doing. You're better off just going, yep, that's fine, people are here, move on. So from 8 till 10, you can do this if you really didn't want to do the mushrooms, but I do believe that the mushrooms is the fastest way. I just want to show you the turtle spawn, just in case you guys say, I don't want to do mushrooms. Mushrooms are boring for whatever the reason, and I want to do the turtle farm. The only other benefit to do the mushrooms is for the mushroom caps, the repeatable rep quest that you'll need later on, or perhaps even your alt, main, whatever might need it. So there is a benefit to be doing the mushrooms over turtles. So as a player, you can make that decision yourselves. Moving on to the farm where the ghosts are. Should be level 10, 10%, 20% by now. Total playtime should be roughly around the 30 to 40 minute mark total from beginning the game. So at level 1 to level 10, 30-40 minutes is where you should be aiming for. Alright, so once you progress with the story and get to this point where all the ghosts are, this is what I was saying from when you leave mushrooms at 10 and progress through the farm to the ghosts. Now from this point, you're pretty much just going back to Kazakor, speak to Don Diego, and Don Diego is going to tell you to get the blessing for the next skill set. Now, you didn't have to do any of this. You could have simply just gone to the Bandit camp from 10 to 12. It was really up to you. If you wanted to do the story because you might say, Luke, down the line from 15, 16, 17, 18, I want to get the XP from the story quest. Now, that's fair enough, but you got to keep in mind that the XP that you're getting is not a lot. Now, for example, down that line, goblins are going to be giving you 3, 4, 5k XP, even 6k in some instances. It's really quick. You don't have to do the story. The story is really only there if you want the blessings. Now, I can say from a mage's perspective, that first blessing that we get is fine all the way up to 26. You don't need to get anything else. The AoE is great. The single target is average, obviously. But the Frost Nova gets you through 1 to 25 with relative ease. No dramas at all. So, from here, we're simply just going to go back to the farm, say we finished the ghost bit. We're going to go Don Diego and Kazakor and say, yep, rightio, we're done everything. He's going to say, yes, go get to the blessings. We got to kill the Trent behind us, as well as the mercenary and the ranger back at the first farm. And that's it. We hand the blessings in and that's it. So that's part 1 of Kazakor. 1 through to 10 effectively. You can stay at Ghost to 11, but only if there are no people around. And from what you guys can see, it's hit and miss. It's very hit and miss. No matter what time of day, there's always people here, whether it be high levels for farming the fragments for your daily rep, or whether it's people just leveling on their way through. Either way, Ghost is probably no longer the way the level like it once was. This is part 1. We'll do part 2 next. That's it for part 1. Follow the guide. It's pretty damn quick. Yes, it doesn't conform to new players that well. You'll have to buy a B blue staff or axe or sword, whatever kind of class you're playing as a new player. You can still use these guides nonetheless. It just takes you a little bit less time. So it does conform to people that have mains or high ults that can easily transfer gear. But this is the way to do it. It is very fast. You can do it with ease. I've done it probably 20 or 30 times now just to make sure that the pathing is correct and accurate. I firmly believe it is, but if you guys disagree with anything, or you think that some animals or some areas might be faster, or there's maybe a better path, I'm all for hearing those kind of feedbacks and those comments. Like, it helps the community, it helps me. It's definitely worth mentioning. So if you guys like this video, please leave your comments below, like, follow, subscribe, all the rest of it. Part 2 will be coming out tomorrow, maybe the next day. So we'll stagger these this week, just so I can make sure that I get them out, that I take the time, do the proper content, make sure what I'm telling is accurate, and we'll tune in for part 2 next. So part 2 will be from 10 to 15, maybe 10 to 16, just depends on how long that video runs for. It shouldn't be too long. And then part 3 will be that final push from 16 to 20, making sure there's that transition there, that there's no grinding, and that everyone can kind of follow the guides. So again, it's just for your story quests. It's no side quests. It doesn't mean you can't do the side quests. You're more than welcome to do that if you want.